Full of freeway crashes. I was all set to tell you just two, none blocking them. Then we picked one up here on the 202 Red Mountain Freeway, eastbound at 44th Street, HOV lane blocked, and it sounds like there's a vehicle off left and a vehicle off right, so they got to sort it out yet, too. At the moment, statewide restriction to get through this crash. Good chance there'll be a traffic break, and they'll either move it one side or the other. Now, I-10 eastbound at 51st Avenue, wrecking the exit ramp, and westbound, 202 Red Mountain Freeway at 32nd Street, a minor crash off right. Couple of surface street wrecks, too. Baseline east of 7th Street, 67th Avenue and Bethany Home Road, and Pima Road at Legacy Boulevard. You've got to reckon. By the way, if you're headed out to the west side and you want the 10 all the way, right now ADOT is estimating that ride time out to the west side from 24th Street to 83rd Avenue to be a 41-minute ride. This traffic report brought to you by McDonald's. Now, download and register McDonald's app and get any McCafe beverage free, including McCafe frappes, shakes, lattes, and smoothies, only with the app McDonald's.
We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight, a low temp of 63. For tomorrow, partly cloudy and 85. And we should be right around 70 and maybe see some rain by Thursday. Right now, it's 84 degrees in Cave Creek, one of the cool spots here in the valley. Weather brought to you by Howard Air. I'm Jackie Lynn on Arizona's news station, KTAR News.
Arizona's afternoon news with Mac and Gatos. KTAR News, 92.3 FM.
A little bit earlier today, Mike and we talked with ABC News political director Rick Klein about President Trump telling members of the GOP, repeal and replace Obamacare, or if you don't, and your seat's on the line in 2018, you could be out.
Was he saying that with a smile, or was he saying that as a threat? This is how Trump-style politics is played, and we haven't seen that in this kind of realm. He singled out some individual members of Congress and said, I'm coming after you. Now, he said it with a smile, so did he mean it or didn't he? This is a remarkable kind of hardball that he's playing, and he's setting it up where if he succeeds, there'll be quite a coup, because no one's really given him much chance. If he doesn't succeed, wow, what a blow to the White House and to his legislative agenda.
Well, I don't know even if you say it with a smile. I think he's very serious about that. I've said things to my kids that I was very serious about, but I did have a little dad grin on my face. I don't think if it doesn't go through, if it doesn't pass, what are your thoughts here? Because is this a move by Donald Trump thinking this might not pass, I better find some scapegoats, and it's you, and you. If you don't get on board, I'm coming after you. So when it doesn't pass, I can say, see, it was because of those guys, now I'm going after them.
That has been a fascinating kind of undercurrent to this whole storyline. And how much does President Trump actually want to get this done? Does he think he's going to get it done? Is he doing it because he feels like he has to do it and he's ready to throw a bunch of people under the bus, including Paul Ryan, the House Speaker? Or is he all in? And is he putting himself on the line? This is going to go down as a big moment in the Trump presidency for the legislative agenda. And I don't know many who are clear on their motives of the White House. There are lots of allies of the White House who say, well, we think we know where he's coming from on this, but, you know, there's just a little hesitation at the last moment because you just can't exactly know.
Talking with ABC News political director Rick Klein. Rick, why are Republicans who aren't on board with this still hesitant to jump on with it?
Well, they come from two different camps. There's one camp who says, we pledge to repeal Obamacare. This does not do that. It puts in place some things that modify, but it keeps intact an entitlement portion of this that we're not comfortable with. Then you have another portion that says, we're talking about 24 million people losing their health care here. It is not nice to do, and this is not what you ran on. And the president said he wanted something that would be health care for everyone. And even if this ends up not saving as much money or costing more money, this is about human beings and all of them living in the congressional district. So you're caught between conservatives and moderates on this one, and you don't have a lot of wiggle room if you're Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. And the vote in the House is going to go down on Thursday. Everybody will get a vote? Everyone will get a vote unless they push it off, which they could do very easily because they could say that they need some more analysis time from the Congressional Budget Office. Look, they control the schedule. They can do anything they want. Right now, the House vote is scheduled for Thursday, and it's looking like it'll be a doozy. How do you think that'll play out? I mean, if that doesn't go in, House Speaker Ryan and President Trump's favor, what's Plan B, or what's the second step? Well, I think it's more likely they delay to try to figure out a plan B than to actually go out there and not have the votes and hope to get them on the floor. That would be high drama, and it could be, a huge gamble that backfires. Plan B at this stage, according to the president, is let Obamacare fail and let the Democrats take the blame. I don't know that that's going to be a good option for a lot of conservative voters who say that there are promises made here, but there isn't a whole lot of interest right now in crafting that backup strategy. They're all in on this strategy, and again, we'll get a glimpse of what Trump's up to and what he's made of as a legislative negotiator.
So let's talk about his nominee for the Supreme Court as he's getting grilled right now. Let's talk about Gorsuch. Is there, it's actually surprising, something out of the Trump organization, or at least a nominee that does not have a lot of scandal attached. What are you hearing the negative sides of Gorsuch?
Well, the biggest thing, the Democrats, I should say, are all over the map on this, but I think the biggest argument they're making is that he's not a friend of the little guy, that he has sided with big corporations and big interests and moneyed interests instead of smaller people. And I had a good response to that when he's asked about it and said, a good judge shouldn't be siding with anyone automatically. You're siding with the law, not one side or the other. You've also heard he's an ideological extremist. He's got a good smile, but he's going to go in there and enact laws. But I've been struck by the lack of a kind of overriding Democratic liberal strategy on this. There's a lot of pressure on them to go to the mat, to try to filibuster, to try to block him from joining the court. So far, it looks like so good for Judge Gorsuch.
Who asked him about Merrick Garland today, President Obama's pick to fill the Supreme Court that never even got hearings?
I didn't see that part. If he was asked, and I'm sure he was, I missed that moment of the testimony. But I think he's handled the Garland thing in an interesting way. One of the first phone calls, if not the first phone call he made after becoming President Trump's pick, was to Judge Garland, and to express to him maybe some sympathy, maybe just to say that he had made the phone call, and acknowledge what an extraordinary circumstance. I don't know that Judge Garland would blame him for this, but it is certainly an uncomfortable moment.
So what's the strategy if you are Judge Gorsuch and you're up there getting grilled, taking every question known to man? Is it just answer with as little detail as possible and try to avoid getting into anything partisan?
It really is deflect, repeat, rinse, repeat. You do your best to not make news, and you do your best to sound knowledgeable, and he is knowledgeable, without tipping your hand on any individual issues, and without falling into any of the many traps that the Democratic senators are setting for you. There's an art to it, and I know they go through lots of practice on these things. To my mind, he has been pretty earnest and human and humane, funny at times, and I think all of these things they accrue to his favor when the votes are counted. People will be frustrated, and I've been around enough of these confirmation hearings now over enough presidents to see Democrats, railing against a Republican nominee who's not telling him where he stands, and then the opposite happens as well. There were Republican senators who said the same thing about Obama's appointees, Clinton's appointees before then. It's the talking points switch with the parties when it comes to these things, and no one's ever going to be satisfied by the questions that they get answered if it's not a person in your party.
Speaking of party, are there any Republicans jumping ship?
No, none that I know of, and none have gone on the record, and I'd be surprised if there are any. I think 52 votes, which is the number of Republican senators, is the floor. They would love to surpass 60, and then close off any possibility of a filibuster. I still think that's a possibility. There will be several Democrats, I have no doubt, that will cross over based on what they see from Judge Gorsuch. But no signs of Republican issues.
And what's the schedule looking like for a vote on Judge Gorsuch? If we've got healthcare this Thursday and confirmation hearings for him going on right now, we still looking at, a week or two away before he gets a full vote from the Senate?
Yeah, I would look around the first week of April. I mean, you wrap up this week, you get through committee, there'll be other documents and background checks and the like. They'll be flowing back and forth, some unanswered questions, and then look at early April for confirmation.
ABC News Political Director Rick Klein. Rick, it's a busy week. We'll let you get back to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Concerts, social media, and video games. Millennials really know and love.
Oh, sure.
I'm a geezer millennial. Mike, you just outside the millennial
I'm
wheelhouse.
way outside, yeah.
So millennials are taking a break from all of that, though. No concert.
You all right?